Certainly, let's delve into some intriguing ancient weapons that were wielded by assassins and warriors. These unique tools often had a deadly purpose and were designed for specific combat scenarios. 9. Roman scissor. The Roman scissor is an unusual weapon with two parts. It features a long tube that protects the gladiator's arm, and at the end of the tube, there's a long, thin cylindrical-shaped pipe with a crescent-shaped blade. This distinctive design made it popular among spectators. Gladiators, known as scissors, used it to cut through the nets of their opponents, who belonged to the retiarius class. The tube-like structure also served as a shield to block attacks. 8. Shuriken ninja star. The shuriken, often depicted as the iconic ninja star, was primarily a concealed self-defense weapon made from sharp-edged materials like metal or coins. It targeted vulnerable areas such as the eyes, hands, and face. Samurai warriors also included shuriken in their arsenal, creating an illusion of attacks by invisible swordsmen. 7. Knack tiger claws. The Knack, inspired by the claws of big cats, featured curved blades used to slash through skin and muscle. It had holes for the thumb and pinky finger, allowing the user to conceal the blades within the palm, a fearsome weapon for close combat. 6. Shuttle. The shuttle is a curved sword originating in Abyssinia, or present-day Ethiopia. It was used by both mounted and unmounted soldiers. The blade is semi-curved, and the curved nature of the sword was focused on delivering stabs to vital organs like the kidneys and the lungs. As it could strike over the shield of the opponent, it is believed to have originated during medieval times and withstood Western influences during the 19th century. 5. Kopish. The Kopish is a sickle sword from ancient Egypt. Swords were not common in Egypt, and daggers and short swords of different types were often used, with the exception of the Kopish. The Kopish is a thick, crescent-shaped blade. It is around 50 to 60 centimeters long. The inside of the hook is not sharpened, but the outer part has a single cutting edge. The weapon could also be used as a hook and a bludgeoning tool. It was often made of bronze or iron. 4. The Kaku. During ancient times in Japan, spike rings called Kaku were used as weapons. The Kaku was similar to a shobo, a wooden weapon, but the Kaku was made out of iron and had spikes. Fighters either wore one or two of these rings, one on the index or middle finger and the other on the thumb, turning the spikes inwards. They could be applied to victims' pressure points while gripping the neck or limbs. This maneuver would create a puncture wound and stun the opponent. When the Kaku was turned outwards, spikes on the knuckles could be used for attack, or more commonly, for defense. 3. Atal. The atlatl was a dart-like weapon used in the Stone Age. It is the precursor of the bow and arrow, and could be used for throwing spears, although with limited distance and speed. It could fire darts at more than 100 miles per hour. The design of the weapon was deceptive but straightforward. It was merely a stick that had a notch or protrusion at the end, where a dart could be set. Even though it was simple in design, the atlatl was an extremely effective weapon. It was used for hunting woolly mammoth, and some theories suggest that the weapon was responsible for their extinction. It was eventually replaced by the bow and arrow because it was easier and more comfortable to use. 2. Fire lance. The fire lance comes from ancient China and resembles a spear. It could fire projectiles filled with gunpowder. The first form of the weapon had a spear, to which a bamboo tube was strapped. The tube contained sand, which could be used for blinding the enemy and gaining an advantage at close quarters. As technology advanced, poison darts and shrapnel began to be used with the fire lance. For launching projectiles with such strong explosives, a firmer housing was required, and the original strong paper was replaced with metal. 1. Assassin's teapot. The assassin's teapot is a captivating and enigmatic vessel with a rich history. The teapot has two chambers. A pair of holes along the handle determines the type of liquid that can be poured out. When you cover the top hole and open the bottom hole, the liquid stored in the bottom chamber is released. Conversely, covering the bottom hole and opening The top hole allows the liquid from the top chamber to flow. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.